How is L&D going to evolve? Skill is going to be the new currency, not just in company, not just an organization, even a state, even a country. Of course, experience is important, but what would matter is potential, talent, skill. That's going to be very, very important. Talking about a very exciting topic, which is learning and development. When we talk about what is changing, what is new, what is different, it's important for us to know what is happening around us, what is happening in the industry. It's extremely important to understand that. There is something which is happening today in the industry, all of us know, which is the technological disruption, artificial intelligence and all about, and all of that. I'm not getting into that because you know about it. But as an outcome of that, we're going to see some very, very interesting developments in the industry. You will probably see organizations, maybe a $1 billion company, which has only 50 people. That's what we're going to see in near future. Today we have thousands of people. If it's a 1 billion company, probably you have hundreds and thousands of people. But you have probably a few 50 or 100 people in a 1 billion organization. That's the trend change that we're going to see in near future. In the whole midst of all these changes, skill is going to become the new currency. Companies probably would say how cash rich they are based on how much dollars they have, but a company will be considered to be rich if the company has relevant, skilled people. Skill is going to be the new currency, not just in company, not just an organization, even a state, even a country. If it has skilled people, then it's a rich country, a rich province, a rich organization. So the new currency is going to be skill. That's something that all of us need to keep in mind. Organizational structures will go through a major change. The hierarchical organizations will kind of melt away, will not have those hierarchies. What would matter in organization is not experience, but of course experience is important, but what would matter is potential, talent, skill. That's going to be very, very important. As organizations grapple with the skills scarcity, they would also try to figure out how to build structures where skills should be available across the organization on demand. So that's some of the changes, shifts that we're going to see in the near future. Life cycle of skill will become very short. So in IT, it is already 6 to 12 months. If you have a skill, you become obsolete after 6 months. You need to upgrade. So that's going to continue virtually in every sector. The timeline could vary from one industry to another. In the context of all of this, how is L&D going to evolve? How is L&D going to change? How is the learning function going to change? I think learning would mean less learning in future. When I say less learning with a rider, what I would like to say is it's going to be just-in-time learning, not the kind of deep learning that we used to have earlier. Because with skills evolving, skills becoming obsolete every now and then, organizations would like to focus on what is relevant, what is important. The L&D functions used to have very fascinating curriculum, learning pathways, right? Now probably some of these will transform into just-in-time learning. Performance support, learning in the flow of work. We will get to see all of that as L&D evolves into the future. The LMS has become very boring. 90% of people don't even log into LMS unless it is a mandatory course that they have to complete. So L&D teams will really have to figure out how they bring in more creativity in terms of making learning more accessible, immersive, interactive, and fun for people. What we are going to see in organizations is a different version of shadi.com. What do I mean by that? Today, if a hiring manager is looking for somebody, he or she goes to the recruitment team, the talent acquisition team, asks for some profiles. The recruiter starts scouting for profiles, shares a few profiles. The internal workforce management team will look inside. They will try to bring in profiles, etc. It's a very manual exercise managed by Excel and other files, documents, etc. But AI will ensure that we have powerful talent management systems where hiring manager can reach out to a prospective team member directly. A team member can find the potential opportunity directly. We would not need any middleman who will actually facilitate all of that. And every employee can choose his or her career path. I typically call it bringing Google Maps into your talent management system. You can find out your path. You can figure out what is your path. We can also draw a parallel with going to a Subway outlet and then choosing your own pasta. What do I mean by that? The same outlet, same guy serving pasta, but each customer walks in and walks away with a different pasta, with different sauce, with different cheese, different ingredients, each customized, tailor-made for the individual who walks in. And L&D will enable that, and that's something that we are going to see. Data-driven, because data analytics is going to play a very, very important role in running businesses, L&D is also not going to be far from it. L&D would need to leverage analytics to understand learner behavior, to understand needs, to discover new skills, to identify skills, and so on. So that's something that we will see. We will also see L&D leveraging AI to a great extent. Today, most L&D practitioners leverage AI to create content faster. But AI is not just about creating content, or Gen AI is not just about creating content. There is much more that L&D leaders can do leveraging artificial intelligence. If you look at the evolving landscape, if you look at the past, it is the L&D function which had experts, subject matter experts, trainers, facilitators who used to deliver training to the workforce. But as we moved on, we saw that L&D probably does not have expertise in every functional area, so we became the facilitator. So we have, just imagine that you have subject matter experts, domain experts on one side. You have the user, a consumer of their information, content, etc. on the other side. You are right in the middle. But with AI coming in, probably you will not be required to be in the middle. The subject matter experts can reach out to people directly. The people can reach out to the experts directly, because it's all about more power to everybody. We will not be required probably to stand in the middle. But will the L&D function, will L&D disappear? I don't think so, because L&D probably will still have to be there behind the scene, behind those platforms, making sure that we have the right platforms, we have the right content, we have a very seamless ecosystem which is working. I think we need to enable all of that and make sure that we make it happen. As technology is becoming a disruption, we'll have to keep this in mind, that we will see disruption, but we will not see destruction. The fear that is in our mind is, will this lead to destruction? I personally don't believe so. We'll continue to see disruption, but we will not have destruction. But if you really want to kind of survive and thrive, the three important things that we need to focus on are going to be creativity, curiosity, and empathy. That's going to be absolutely important as we take on the journey to the next phase of evolution. Thank you very much.